Story 1. Whispers in the Dark. Deep within the heart of the dense forest, I ventured alone, seeking solace and a break from the chaotic world. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting an eerie glow among the towering trees. With each step, the silence of the woods became deafening. An inexplicable sense of unease settled upon me. As twilight descended, the forest transformed into an otherworldly realm. Shadows danced upon the forest floor, and the rustling of leaves became whispers in the wind. But amidst the serenity, a sinister undercurrent emerged. I found myself drawn deeper into the woods, my curiosity overpowering any lingering trepidation. The air grew heavy with anticipation, and an unexplainable pull urged me forward. Unbeknownst to me, the woods held secrets that were about to reveal themselves. As darkness blanketed the landscape, an eerie hush enveloped the forest. I shivered, my senses on high alert. In the distance, a chilling sound echoed, a faint cry, barely discernible. Fear gripped my heart as I questioned the origin of the haunting plea. Driven by a mix of curiosity and concern, I followed the ethereal cries, navigating through the labyrinthine paths. Each step brought me closer to the source of the chilling sounds, and an oppressive atmosphere closed in around me. Suddenly, the forest seemed alive with unseen eyes, watching my every move. Twigs snapped and branches cracked, as if the very essence of the woods conspired against me. I quickened my pace, a rising panic urging me forward. Then I stumbled upon a clearing bathed in moonlight, revealing a ghastly sight. A cluster of figures draped in tattered garments, their faces twisted with anguish. Their spectral apparitions whispered mournful tales of loss and betrayal, their voices intertwining in a chorus of torment. In their despair, they reached out to me, their translucent hands grazing my skin. Panic surged through me as I realized the depth of their longing, to escape their spectral prison and find solace in the mortal realm. With trembling hands, I offered my empathy and understanding, attempting to bridge the gap between the living and the dead. But as I delved deeper into their stories, I unwittingly unleashed a malevolent force, a dark entity that sought to claim my soul as payment for their liberation. In a desperate struggle for survival, I fought against the suffocating darkness, my every instinct screaming to escape. But the woods had become a labyrinth, shifting and twisting, trapping me within its clutches. The haunting cries of the spirits mingled with my desperate screams, a symphony of despair. Just as all hope seemed lost, a faint glimmer of light pierced the darkness, a sliver of dawn breaking through the forest canopy. With a surge of newfound strength, I mustered every ounce of courage, breaking free from the entity's grip. As I emerged from the depths of the woods, I realized the fragility of the boundary between the mortal world and the realm of spirits. The harrowing experience taught me the importance of respecting the unknown and understanding that the woods hold secrets that are not meant to be disturbed. The haunting whispers of that fateful night would forever echo in my mind, a reminder of the dark forces that reside within the depths of the forest. And though I had escaped their clutches, I would forever bear the scars of that otherworldly encounter, a testament to the indomitable spirit of a lone wanderer caught in the midst of an otherworldly dance. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and yet the memories of that encounter never faded. I became obsessed with understanding the secrets of the forest, determined to uncover the truth behind the ethereal whispers. I returned to the woods armed with books, equipment, and a relentless curiosity. I ventured deeper, immersing myself in the history and folklore that surrounded these mystical lands. The stories spoke of ancient rituals, vengeful spirits, and the thin veil between worlds. Night after night, I delved into the darkness, seeking answers to the mysteries that had plagued me. I met wise old hermits who spoke in riddles and encountered ancient symbols etched upon the trees. Each step brought me closer to the heart of the forest, closer to the truth that eluded me. One fateful night, as the moon cast an ethereal glow upon the forest floor, I stumbled upon an ancient altar, a relic of a forgotten time. Its stone surface was weathered and worn, etched with symbols that pulsed with an otherworldly energy. Driven by a mixture of excitement and trepidation, I approached the altar, my fingers tracing the ancient carvings. As I touched the symbols, a surge of power coursed through me, connecting me to the forces that resided within the woods. Visions flashed before my eyes, a tapestry of past and present intertwining in a symphony of knowledge and understanding. The whispers that once haunted me transformed into guides, leading me deeper into the secrets of the forest. As the days turned into nights and the nights turned into endless exploration, I uncovered the truth. The spirits that had once tormented me were not malevolent entities, but lost souls seeking redemption. They yearned for their stories to be heard, their pain acknowledged. With newfound purpose, I dedicated myself to helping these spirits find peace. I performed ancient rituals, spoke words of solace, and offered prayers to guide them towards the light. One by one, they dissipated, their anguished cries replaced by a sense of tranquility. The forest became my sanctuary, a place where I communed with nature and spirits intertwined. I became a guardian of these lands, a bridge between the physical and the spiritual realm. And though the woods still held their secrets, I no longer feared them. Instead, I embraced the whispers in the dark as a testament to the interconnectedness of all things, mortal and ethereal, light and shadow. Story 2. The Tenebrous Encounters. It was a stormy night, rain pelting against the windows as I huddled alone in my cozy home. The comforting glow of the fireplace cast dancing shadows on the walls, offering solace against the tempestuous world outside. The rhythmic patter of raindrops on the roof created a symphony of serenity, lulling me into a false sense of security. However, little did I know that within the safety of my own abode, an otherworldly presence was about to awaken, shattering the tranquility that surrounded me. As the hours passed and the storm raged on, an unsettling stillness settled upon the house. The familiar creaks and groans of an old structure took on a sinister tone, like a haunting melody playing in the background. A shiver ran down my spine, and I found myself second-guessing every sound, every movement. It was as if the very foundations of my home held secrets that were about to be unleashed upon my unsuspecting soul. I tried to dismiss the unease, attributing it to the weather and my own overactive imagination. But as I sat in the dimly lit room, a flicker of movement caught my eye, a shadowy figure, fleeting and indistinct. It was like catching a glimpse of something that shouldn't exist, a manifestation of the unknown. My heart skipped a beat, and a chill seeped into the air, wrapping its icy tendrils around my heart. The atmosphere grew heavy, as if the room itself held its breath, waiting to reveal its secrets. With trembling hands, I reached for the light switch, illuminating the room in a harsh glare. But to my dismay, the figure had vanished, leaving me to question my own sanity. Was it a trick of the light, a figment of my imagination? Or was there something more sinister lurking within the confines of my home, hiding just beyond the threshold of my perception? The uncertainty gnawed at my mind, leaving me with a sense of foreboding that lingered long after the lights had been extinguished. Night after night, the encounters continued. A whisper in the darkness, a chilling touch on my shoulder, the sensation of being watched even when I was supposedly alone. Objects moved without explanation, shifting from their rightful places as if guided by an unseen force. Disembodied voices echoed through the halls, their hushed whispers reverberating through the empty rooms, tinged with a mix of sorrow and malice. The line between reality and nightmare blurred, leaving me in a perpetual state of dread, teetering on the precipice of fear and disbelief. Determined to uncover the truth, I delved into the history of my home, a place with a past as murky as the shadows that danced along its walls. The journey through the annals of time led me down a labyrinth of forgotten tales, a tapestry woven with threads of tragedy and despair. It was then that I discovered a series of unsettling events, a tale of a tragic death, of a restless, soul-seeking revenge, and a house forever marked by darkness. The pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place, each revelation deepening the mystery, drawing me further into the abyss of the unknown. Armed with this newfound knowledge, I sought to communicate with the malevolent presence that haunted me. I enlisted the help of paranormal investigators, mediums, and priests, each offering their unique perspective and expertise in navigating the ethereal realm. Together, we delved deeper into the dark corners of the supernatural, hoping to shed light on the enigma that enveloped my home. In the dead of night, we gathered in a circle, hands clasped tightly as we summoned the spirit that resided within my home. The air crackled with an otherworldly energy, each breath infused with anticipation and trepidation. The room grew heavy, a palpable tension hanging in the air. The veil between the living and the dead grew thin, and a figure materialized before our eyes. A specter consumed by rage and despair, an embodiment of the pain and suffering that had festered within these walls. Through anguished cries and tormented wails, the spirit revealed the depths of their suffering, the injustices that had been inflicted upon them, the pain that had fueled their malevolence. Their existence had become a twisted prison, their restless souls bound to this earthly plane, unable to find solace or release. As their story unfolded, my heart ached with empathy, a deep understanding of their need for vengeance, their yearning for justice. Filled with empathy and compassion, I offered a plea for forgiveness. I acknowledged their pain, their need for retribution, and vowed to right the wrongs that had bound them to this ethereal existence. I spoke words of remorse, hoping to ease their burden, to provide them with the closure they so desperately sought. The spirit hesitated, their ethereal form flickering with uncertainty, torn between their desire for retribution and the glimmer of retribution that had been offered. And then, with a surge of otherworldly energy, the spirit dissipated, leaving behind an eerie calm that permeated the room. The haunting that had plagued my home ceased, replaced by a profound stillness, a silence that carried the weight of 1,000 whispered secrets. My home was free, cleansed of the malevolent presence that had tormented it for far too long. In that moment, I felt a sense of peace, a sigh of relief that echoed through the very essence of my being. As the years passed, the memories of those harrowing nights would forever be etched into the tapestry of my existence, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the power of forgiveness, and the enduring presence of the supernatural. The house that once bore the burden of a tragic past became a symbol of transformation, a beacon of hope and redemption. And though the scars of those encounters remained, they served as a reminder of the fragile balance between our world and the realm beyond, urging us to respect the boundaries that separate the living from the dead. They whispered a haunting lesson: never underestimate the depths of darkness that can reside within the very walls we call home. Story 3. The Midnight Caller. The night was shrouded in darkness as I found myself alone in the quiet embrace of my home. The world outside had fallen into slumber, but I, restless and unable to find solace in sleep, sat in the dim glow of a single lamp. The silence was broken only by the soft ticking of the clock, a rhythmic reminder of the passage of time. As the hours ticked away, a lingering sense of unease settled upon me, permeating the air with its palpable presence. The familiar surroundings began to morph into an eerie tableau, a once comforting room now imbued with an unsettling energy. Shadows danced on the walls with a spectral intensity, their movements elongated and distorted, as if cast by unseen hands. I could feel their eyes upon me, watching my every move with unseen intent. A chill ran down my spine, and a feeling of being watched weighed heavily upon me. An intangible presence that lurked just beyond the edge of my perception. Curiosity mingled with fear as I mustered the courage to step into the inky blackness of the hallway. The creak of the floorboards echoed in the stillness, each step reverberating with a hollow reminder of my solitude. The air grew heavier, as if thick with an invisible fog that obscured the boundary between the tangible and the ethereal. I hesitated for a moment, my hand hovering over the doorknob before I pushed the door open, revealing a room suffused with an ethereal glow. It beckoned to me, an invitation to unravel the mysteries that lay within. Compelled by a mix of trepidation and curiosity, I crossed the threshold into a forgotten study, frozen in time. Dust-covered shelves lined the walls, their contents a testament to a forgotten past, a collection of yellowed books, aged manuscripts, and faded photographs. The air hung heavy with the scent of old parchment, a nostalgia for a bygone era. But it was the desk at the center of the room that drew me in, a single item resting upon its surface, a vintage telephone. Its existence was incongruous, an anachronism that hinted at something more profound, something beyond the realm of the ordinary. Intrigued by its presence, I reached out to touch it, my fingers trembling with a strange anticipation. As my skin made contact with the cool, smooth surface, a jolt of electricity surged through me, a tingling sensation that seemed to emanate not only from the telephone, but from the very air around it. I hesitated for a moment, contemplating the consequences of my actions. But curiosity got the better of me, and I brought the receiver to my ear, the dial illuminated by an eerie glow that seemed to emanate from within. Silence greeted me at first, a void of sound that stretched into eternity. The weight of expectation bore down upon me, mingled a growing apprehension. Just as I was about to hang up, a voice distant and distorted whispered through the line. It spoke of forgotten secrets, of hidden truths waiting to be unraveled. The words carried an ancient weight, resonating with a sense of longing and melancholy. I listened, captivated and entranced, as the voice wove its tale of darkness and despair, its words leaving an indelible mark upon my soul. As the voice grew stronger, I felt a presence fill the room, an invisible entity that enveloped me in its cold embrace. Shadows shifted and twisted, morphing into grotesque figures that danced along the periphery of my vision. Fear clawed at my heart, threatening to consume me, but I was unable to tear myself away from the voice's hypnotic grip. It held me captive, an unwilling audience to its haunting performance. The tale grew darker, its tendrils weaving into the fabric of my being. Images flashed before my eyes, a tragic love story, a betrayal that echoed through the ages. The voice spoke of vengeance, of restless spirits seeking retribution for the injustices committed against them. And with each word, the room grew colder, the air heavy with a malevolent energy that seeped into my very bones. The lines between reality and the supernatural blurred, as if the veil separating our world from the realm of the spirits had been momentarily lifted. As the voice reached its crescendo, a chilling gust of wind swept through the room, extinguishing the lamp that had cast a feeble glow upon the scene. Darkness descended, enveloping the space in an impenetrable shroud. Panic consumed me, and an overwhelming sense of dread settled deep within my core. But the voice continued its relentless assault, its words now dripping with malice and malevolence. The whispers grew louder, their intensity reverberating within the chamber, as if the spectral presence sought to drown me in their collective anguish. Summoning every ounce of courage, I tore myself away from the telephone, casting it aside as if discarding a cursed artifact. The room erupted into a cacophony of whispers, their collective voices rising to a crescendo, a symphony of tortured souls. Shadows encroached upon me, their touch icy against my skin, as if the spectral presence was now tangible, reaching out to claim me as its own. A primal fear gripped me, urging me to flee from the clutches of this unholy realm, to seek solace in the light that awaited beyond the confines of this haunted chamber. As I burst into the safety of the well-lit hallway, the haunting whispers receded, replaced by the silence of my own racing heartbeat. I collapsed against the wall, gasping for breath, thankful to have escaped the clutches of this supernatural torment. Perspiration coated my brow, and a lingering sense of unease settled upon me, an indelible reminder of the horrors I had just witnessed. But even as I tried to forget the harrowing experience, the whispers continued to linger, a chilling reminder of the thin veil between our world and the realm of the supernatural, a reminder that darkness can manifest in the most unsuspecting of places. The midnight caller had left an indelible mark upon my soul, forever etching a tale of horror and the fragility of our mortal existence. And as the night drew to a close, I sought solace in the light of day, vowing to guard against the encroachment of the otherworldly and to embrace the fleeting moments of tranquility that punctuate our lives.